Hello, my name's Paul Fitz-Patrick, and in this video I'm going to show you simple ebook formatting in 10 easy steps. Now, I am going to assume that you have proofread your ebook, and also that I would suggest that you read it out loud to make sure that it sounds conversational. And I also suggest that you don't have any formatting at this stage of the process. So here are our 10 easy steps. First, we're going to add a header, footer with page numbers, justify text, and choose a template font and size. We're going to add our title and image, add photos, add page breaks, add chapter titles. I've already done them. We're going to format chapter titles, and we're going to add a table of contents, and then if we need to, we've got references if necessary at the end. We're also going to add a few hyperlinks. This may end up being fairly long, so I might do it in two different videos. So I've already got my information in here. It's just basic. It's just copy and paste the same information over and over and over. So and I've put a couple of words like chapter 1 and things like that. I've got a few placemakers where the heading will be, where a table of contents will be. So I've just set that up prior to starting the video. So the first thing, we're going to add a header, then a footer with page numbers. It's very easy. All we have to do, there's two ways of going here. We can either just double click up here in the header footer, or we can page layout, insert, insert header over here, and we can choose some different types. We'll just put this one in. We can type in what we want to, blogging with Paul, and we're done. Now on every page that we go through, that title is going to be there and it won't change. So to now do our footer, I'll go through it this way. We'll just double click in the footer area. We go up to footer and we find one that we like. We'll just use the same type of one so that it matches the top for now, but you can go through it and play around. And we've got our page number. Double click outside of there. So on every page now, we've got the page number that will automatically get changed every time we adjust anything. Now that's really beneficial when we come to our table of contents. Next, we're going to justify our text and decide on our font and size. I'm going to stick with the default Calibri font, but I am going to change it to larger. So we're just going to do Control A, which is select all, and I'm just going to go up here and choose 14. Different fonts will need different sizes, so just play around with whatever suits. Now another thing we want to do is bring in our margins a bit. So two ways we can do it. This way you don't get precise, but all you have to do is go into our page layout, go into margins, down the bottom we've got custom margins, and you can see I chose 2 centimeters and 1.75, so we'll go 2 and OK. Now another thing you might want to make sure is that you do have the right size page. To do that, we just click on the size. I had it at A4, but because a lot of this will go to an American audience, you just click on that and it just adjusts the size. Next, we're going to add our ebook title and image. So we're just going to go to the very top of this where we are. I'm just going to get rid of that, and I'm just going to paste in my image. All we need to do is make sure we're on the Home tab. We can just, if you know what size you're going to get, you can just keep going up and up and up. Choose a nice font for this. I like that one. Red's always good. You can make it bigger or smaller. It's up to you. It depends how it all fits in and what looks good. So we'll just center that. Oh, now one thing I did forget to do, which I should have done earlier. It's on the list, but I forgot it. We'll just do Control All again. And what I want to do is justify everything. I'll scroll down so it makes sense. See the way this is all ragged? By justifying it, it just squares it up and makes it look nice. That's going to throw this out because it's reformatted that. So we'll just put that back to center. And we've got our title. We're going to put in an image So we just go to Insert Picture. We'll just pick this one. As you can see, it automatically fits it into the width that you've chosen there. You can play around with it if you like and adjust it. Obviously, it's not fitting into the top page, probably because this is too big. So I'll just go up here and we'll make it smaller a little bit and see if our picture comes in. There's our picture. So there's our front page with all this information. We can adjust this all a little bit later. Let's add some, I'll just add one picture, but you can add as many as you like. So all we need to do is pick a spot where you want it to go into, insert, picture. You probably all know how to do this. I'll just choose my logo. Now we need to text wrap it so that the text comes around it. And it comes up around it like this, which makes it look sort of nice. We've got lots of big spaces in here. We'll adjust that all at a later stage. Word can sometimes throw around your images a bit, so you have to be a little bit conscious of them and play around with them at a later stage maybe. Okay, number 5, we're going to add some page breaks starting at the top. So let's go up here. Now chapter 1, all we have to do is go into Insert. Where's my page break? Because I've shrunk this down for the video, it's put it in a different spot, but we just click on page break, and what it does now, it's put chapter 1 onto its own page. We'll go down to chapter 2. I won't worry about the subheadings just for now. Go to chapter 2, and we're going to put in another page break. So it goes. Recently I sat through a video of somebody making one of these, and they kept tabbing down to get to a next page, and then they made an adjustment and they had to adjust it again and adjust it. This way you won't have, that'll always stay on its own new page, and you won't have to keep playing around with that side of things. Chapter 4, you might have heaps of chapters, and we'll go to our references. We'll put that on a new page too. So we've basically got chapter 4, chapter 3, chapter 2, chapter 1. We can make as many of these as we like, and we can add more as we go. So there's a lot more in chapter 1. Chapter 6, number 6, I've got add chapter titles. I've already done that, as you've seen, but make sure you've got some that might not be chapter number, it might be the actual name of what you're talking about, which is the best scenario. What we're going to do is format the chapter titles for the table of contents. So formatting our chapter titles. So I went through and I just added a description after chapter 1. You don't even have to have chapter 1 in, that's purely up to you. But what we're going to do, we're just going to highlight, for example, how to form chapter 1. Up here in our references, this is really easy. I made a mistake. We go to our home page. Over here we've got all different forms of, as you see, it's changing as I roll over, and you can choose one that you like. I like that for this one, how to format. You can even adjust this later if you like. We're going to click on that. Now the second important thing we're going to do, I'll go through and format all the chapter heads first. So chapter 2, we're going to click that one. Chapter 3, chapter 4, and the rest was references. Now for our subheadings, and this will make more sense to you in a little while, we highlight our title, and let's click another one. We'll just click the one next to it for the sake of this, and click on that. So we've got our headings formatted nicely so that it'll look fairly good. You can, as I said, you can go through and change the height and anything you like about it. So what we need to do now for our table of contents is we highlight this first one, we go to page layout, We go to references, I beg your pardon. In this add text, just click on level 1. This will make sense in a second. We have to go down now again to chapter 2. We go to add text level 1. So you can see this is filled up too much, so we can even go home and reduce that down to make it a better looking chapter. But once again, in our references, it's still showing level 1. What I'm going to try and do is just see if this, I'll do control, if we go home, we've got our format painter, and if I double click on that, it should allow me to copy that formatting over to here. Now I'm not sure whether that will also put in the text. Yes, it does. So we can, easy way to do this is just go to home, click on your format painter, and click on each one of these. If you double click on format painter, it'll do it each time you go to a different place to change. And I'll just change that and click on that. So now they should all be done. Once again, this will become more obvious shortly. Now I'm going to do this that same font as the other ones, but what I'm going to do here with our reference, I'm going to make this level 2, and with I'm going to make these level 2. It's automatically changed that because it's associated with the and level 2 because it's associated with our first time that we did it. Okay, so I've come up to quite a long video so far, so I'm going to stop the video at this point and continue on the second video.